guys, let's start it because, I mean, this is so exciting what is happening, and we have to start and talk about what is happening in this right now. But anyway, before I start, let me repeat this disclaimer. And as you know, I like to say this several times because we are going to talk about money, and these are income projections. However, we have to say that results are not based on your own efforts. These are not typical results that depend on you, what you do. This is called network marketing. Network, if you don't work, you don't eat, obviously. And if you're looking for a free lunch, you're in the wrong place. Complainers, people looking for us to build your business, etc. Please do not continue. The results are your responsibility and not ours. And I want to make sure that you understand this, and I'm doing it because, guys, companies that are around saying, oh, no, you can make money easy. You just bring 2 people and you become millionaires. Yeah, we say that, yeah, if you have the right 2 people, you are going to become millionaires, but you have to find more than 2 in order to find that, unless you find the first 2. Now, Isagenix started a 90-day Blitz after the celebration just a couple of months ago. Monday, we will start in the next 30 days. In order to be successful, we will have a Blitz week. And then when I mean really strong success, we are going to have a Blitz week. Now, you will say, why have these 3 pictures? And some of you that have heard before about 90-day plan have seen this picture before. The reason I have this is because in 1992, when I started, Burke Hedges was the first person that I heard talking about Blitz. And actually, I think he was the originator of the Blitz in 1992. That was the first time that I started Blitz. Eric Worre and Mark Janelle are 2 other guys that I learned. And Eric Worre, as many of you know, because he's a guy that's an incredible trainer, and many people heard now, they talk a lot about the Blitz. Now, Michael Koff also talked about the Blitz, although I didn't find his material on 90 Days Blitz until recently. And the reason all of them talk because these are really powerful tools to get your business to the next level. Now, one of the things that they say too is you can take Blitz days or Blitz weeks to get your business to the next level. Now, this is a fact. You have to go into massive action. Nothing better than having a Blitz week. Now, we will relaunch our business for this second 30 days this coming week, starting October 6th. But if you want to go even faster, you can start today. I mean, remember, we are in the middle of the 90 days. You are not going to stop right now. Now, make sure you talk to your family and explain that for 1 to 3 hours a day, you will disappear. Now, I know some people went to one of the Eric Worre trainings, and he was talking about disappear in the morning and say, kiss your husband or wife in the morning and say, you are not going to see me for a whole week. No, that's not what is going to happen. You just choose 3 hours. You tell me why you are doing this Blitz in case they don't know now. And make sure you clear your schedule for 6 days. And you're going to clear between 1 to 3 hours. And I'm going to tell you in a second why 1 to 3 hours. And now this is only for 6 days. We are going to start on Monday, and you can choose Monday through Saturday. That's what I've chosen to do myself, but you can choose any other day. But the idea is doing it for 6 days. And again, 1 or 2 hours a day. If you have a favorite show that is coming, well, make sure you record it. We have the technology today to record it, or you can see it on demand later on Hulu Plus or something like that. But anyway, in those 6 days, you will be focusing in connecting and presenting and follow-up. Now, the goal is to connect with 10 or more people per day. 10 or more people. And don't get scared, because during this week, we are going to be talking about, for those of you who say, I don't know 10 people. Well, we have done a lot of things where we show you that you can actually finding people is really easy, not only because social media, but many other ways. Now, that means that in the 6 days, you're going to be connecting with at least 60 people. And now, before you disqualify yourself right now, and I know we have tons of people, we have a big webinar today, this is very important. If for some reason you don't do the 10 people a day, don't consider yourself a failure. This is something that is new for most people, but at least start to the end of mind. How many people I want to be connecting every day? If you do 2 or 3, don't say, oh, shoot, I am failure. No, you can do it again the next day until start with 1 or 2 or 3, and eventually a little more, one by one, you start getting more people until you are 10 or even more people. And that's what I'm going to talk in a second. If you're working full-time, where do you get those extra hours? Well, and this is something that, and you probably heard many stories, like, for example, Lenny Evans. He was connecting with people, driving time, lunchtime, some weekends, nights, and then when they were doing errands. And let me tell you a little about what Lenny Evans did. Well, Lenny Evans, he's one of the millionaires, for those of you that don't know who he is. He was working full-time because he had 2 restaurants. He was living in the house in the morning, and he was not getting until late at night. He started using first the products. He didn't understand the business, and the reason is because the person that sponsored him never taught him about how to really build the business. And then one day we met with him, and I met with him, and I showed the power of the pay plan. And within days, he called me and he said, oh, I got it. And he started building like crazy. But the only time that he had lunchtime, where he has a little break, etc. And remember, he has 2 restaurants. Within 7 months, after we had that conversation, he was already earning more money than in the restaurant. He closed one down, and the other one he sold it. And that's to show you the power for when a person has an intention of connecting with people, and he was connecting maybe a couple hours a day. But this is really powerful, and it works because he's a great example, and many other examples. But the reason I tell you about Lenny, because I was working with him. Now, there are many tools to use. We have the website videos, the webinars, your telephone, very important, CDs, magazines, email, texting, Facebook, home launch business presentation, 3-way calls. And all these tools are powerful. And you may say, oh, I know where one. There are many. No, you just use the telephone, invite somebody to a seminar, to your website video. You have a magazine, you hand it out to a person. You have text, and we are going to talk a little about text. We have Facebook, that you're going to hear a lot about Facebook in the next couple of weeks. You have the home launch presentation. You can do 1 a week and help your team to do 1. And 3-way calls. These are really activities that you can do in a very short time. But anyway, now, remember, these 1 to 3 hours are just dedicated for what makes you money. Okay, and this means recruiting and retailing. Now, when I say retailing, some people are going to say, well, I just want to use the product. Cool, they buy the product. But that's the only 2 ways that you are going to make money. Not everybody that you're going to connect is going to join the business. Not everybody is going to, and some of them are going to retail. And nobody, there's going to be a group that are not going to want to do any of these 2 things. As a matter of fact, the majority of people are going to say no. But no doesn't mean no forever. Remember, it took me 10 months to join Isagenix. Talking to your upline, playing on Facebook, listening to CDs, etc., do not count. Complaining on Facebook, complaining to your organization or your upline, those doesn't count. We are talking about activities that are going to get you to recruiting and retailing. And this is only for 6 days that you're going to do 1 to 3 hours. Now, let me put a little caveat. Remember, we are in the middle of a 90-day blitz. The best way to be successful is to make sure that you still have at least an hour every day to prospect. Doesn't have to be the 6 days that we're doing this, because this is the blitz day. And we are going to talk a little more about that. Now, what you can expect, if you do 1 hour a day, you can connect to about 10, 15 people a day. Now, you may say, well, an hour, I can talk more like that. I can talk more than an hour with one person. If that's happening, you are not doing it right. I'm going to tell you in a second. If you do it for 2 to 3 hours, you can get up to 30 people in a day. Now, we are talking about 10 right now. But if you are really aggressive, you can go for more, up to 30 people a day. It is your choice. Now, again, as I said before, if you start in the blitz and you do only 2 or 3 per day, and it's the most that you have done so far, it is great because you start in some place. Do not compare with anybody, because you may find those superstars that they, in an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours, they say, oh, I connect with 30 people. Now, after these 6 days, it is your choice to continue the same hours, but only 4 to 5 days a week. It's something that Michael Kloss talked about in the training of 90 days that also I was exposed to. You don't have to do 5 days a week. You can do 4, but you make sure that you have scheduled a time for prospecting. Now, we will support you with webinars and teleconference, plus the different tools that Isagenix has in isagenixbusiness.com. You will use the tools. Tools are so important. And follow the scripts. This is important, and I'm going to go into the script right now because it's the first thing that you must learn. Now, these scripts are not something brand new or anything like that. They are based in Eric Worre scripts that you have in the book GoPro, and I I tell you, when people use this script, they are successful. I'm amazed at how many people have his book and also his CDs or DVDs where he goes through the same scripts, basically the same scripts, and they have not used them yet. And the reason I know is because I talk to a lot of people. I know they have the book, they told me they read it, but they do not use the scripts. If they have a scriptophobia or something like that, I don't know how you call it. They're afraid of using these scripts. And I tell you guys, when you use them, and as Eric Worre said, they don't have to be word exactly what he has it. Just put your personality, but keep the basics, the important part. You are going to be successful. There is not any reason not to become successful. Okay, now here's an example. Hey, calling, for example, Jane. Hi, Jane, I need to talk to you. I just started a business and I want you aboard with me. I know you and I together can earn a lot of money. What is your best email address? That's it. If not the answer, you say, leave a message. Say, Jane, please call me as soon as possible. This is an example, but let me show you an interesting thing. Well, before, let me go back. Oh, well, I cannot go back for some reason. But anyway, something I was going to tell you. You are not going to tell anybody, anything except pointing them to a tool. And that's been the downfall, I would say, of probably 90% of the people that start using connecting people. They talk too much. If you are just focused on the scripts, you can go really quick, and you can connect with a lot of people every day. And those scripts, by the way, work over the telephone, on social media, even texting. But again, if you stick to them, you are going to have enough time to connect with a lot of people in an hour and 2 hours and even 3 hours, even more. That's why we are so adamant about the scripts. If you have read the book, Eddie Worre said the script cannot take you the first connection more than 2 minutes. Actually, even less than that, but no more than 2 minutes. Okay, this is some of the steps of Eddie Worre, but we are adapting it to Isagenix. I'm running out of the door now, but I believe, first step, I'm running out of the door now, but I believe that I found a way for both of us to make all the money, time, and energy to, oh, sorry, I don't know why I have this. Shoot. To do all the things. This is the reason, because we are talking about the dreams. Let me go back to the other script. Oh, shoot. I confused the script. Let me go back. And this is the cool thing about that. But anyway, basically, oh, shoot. Sorry, but I don't know. I'm going to go back to scripts in a second. If somebody asks you to do, this is what I was going to say, what do you do? Do not answer. It's very important. Remember, just say what I just showed you, the scripts. And then hurry now, but I believe the best way to find out what I do is going to a website or showing a video. If I send you a link to a 10-minute video that explains what do I do, will you watch it? You see how simple? If somebody asks you, or you are talking to somebody, you never ever are going to respond directly. By the way, it's the best way, not the best word. If I send you a link to a 10-minute video that explains what do I do, will you watch it? When do you think you could watch the video? So if I call you at X time, after the hour or day, you agree or they agree, will you have seen it for sure? Is that the best time for me to call you back? And that's it. You hang up. You call. You see, this is an example to keep it simple. And it's for everything. If it's a person, you're inviting a person to a presentation, you say, I'm in a hurry now, but I believe I found the best way to, this is to find out what do you do. But I found the best way that you and I can earn money. And then you say, if I invite you to a meeting to explain the whole thing, will you come to the presentation? And then you follow the script as an Eddie Worre. By the way, this is an example that I have here. I know using for every, but if you get to Eddie Worre and you, by the way, this is what you're going to be getting through the week. If you are in a mailing list, you are going to be receiving all the different scripts, but also where to find it and the different scripts that we have in Isagenix and the different plans. Now, this is the script that we are going to use every time. Now, there's scripts for texting. For example, hey, I need to talk to you. When can we meet? This is if somebody's in person. If the person is not in person, but if somebody lives long distance, you just start with a regular script. Can you call me? I'm launching my business and I need to talk to you. And if the person calls you, again, you go to the same script that I show you. You say, when the person says, well, what kind of business is it? Well, I know you and I can make a lot of money. If I send you a link to a video, will you watch it? At what time will you watch it? That means if I call you at 3 o'clock, you have watched the video. Okay, what is the best time to call you? That's it. And of course, you ask for the best email to send the link. But that's simple. It's really simple. And that's something that we are doing every day. We start doing it today. Just to start, we are starting ahead. And it's really powerful how it's been doing. Last night, we sponsor a person. We have a woman that is going crazy. I think she sponsored already 2 people tonight. And she started using this script right now. And she's going to be sponsoring more people tomorrow. A person that I personally sponsored that she wanted to start right away very strong. And you're going to hear about her because it seems that she's going to make an interesting story. But anyway, guys, this is very powerful. I say when your prospect answer, just use the script for the phone. And again, we are going to be having all these scripts on the website on howtogetgoing.com. And also, they are basically the script that you find in chapter 4, skill number 2 on inviting. Chapter 4, skill number 2 on inviting on the book GoPro. They have different variations when you're inviting somebody to your website, when you're inviting somebody to a meeting. They have many different variations, but all of them follow the same format. Now, script for closing, and this is really powerful. What do you like the most after the person watches the information or invites to a meeting, etc.? What else do you like? On the scale of 1 to 10, where do you see yourself doing the business? How much would you like to earn? How many hours can you fit in a week? In how many months would you like to be earning whatever they tell you? If I work with you to have you to earn X amount of money and whatever, let's suppose that they say $5,000 in 12 months, if they say 12 months, doing 2 hours a day or 10 hours a week, would you join now? Do you want to go fast or faster? Later, we are going to be talking about objections through all the next few weeks because this month of October is going to be probably one of the best months in Isagenix. And we believe that if you go into action, it's going to be also your best month in Isagenix. Then you see, you want to go faster. Now, this is what faster means. Faster is the business pack. $1,099, not $10,099. Now, if the person says, I really can afford it right now, you say, if I can show you a system that is almost half the price, would you take a look at it? By the way, if I can, would you, is really important. You can use your own words, but make sure you say, if I can, would you? If I can and would you is really powerful. Fast is the President Pack, $559. And the reason, again, you're sharing the business pack is because you want to make sure that you have it's easier to get the President Pack because it's almost half. If the person still can afford it, also make sure you sit here because the President Package, in my opinion, is one of the best packages. It's the best package. And you have the 3 options, or actually 4 options right now. You have the weight loss, the energy and performance, you have the longevity, and you have the skincare. If they can't for reality, well, we have an alternative that may not give you the same value, but it is almost half, another half. If you really want to get all the benefits, if you see again, we talk about, would you seriously take a closer look at it? What are they? And this is the 30-day system. I tell you one thing, many people that even if they say that they don't have money, $276, if they have a problem with their car and they need to repair it and it costs $1,000, they all change all the tires, $600, depending on the car model, or $500, they're going to find the money. If they understood the value, they're going to come in Isagenix, and we know that they are going to change their life with the product and the business. Ready? And this is basically what we and I apologize about the problems that we have. My other computer froze totally. Is what you see in this computer. We see some mistake, grammar mistake, because I didn't have time to change it. What I have in the other computer, that's the one that I use normally. But the video, the form that we are going to have for download in the next 48 hours, it's going to have everything corrected. Now, to get deeper into your prospecting, remember, we have the isagenixbusiness.com. Go to the 90-day plan. And we also will be getting you more information. Meanwhile, get ready now. Start using the script that we provide. Some people are scared of script, but if you use your own personality, everything will be fine. The problem is, if you don't use the script, you are going to tend to talk too much. And remember, you are going to have 1 to 3 hours. And the secret is to do it often. And this is really simple. The more you do it, the better you will do it, and the more successful you will be. Nobody started being great from the beginning. It has been a say that every master was once a disaster. And this is in every profession, every career, everything. Now, here, remember, your main purpose is to send the person to a tool. Again, a video, a webinar, a teleconferencing, or give them a magazine. You are not going to talk. And if the person insists, always say, the best way for you to know what I'm doing, look at this video. It's a short video, because I can't give justice for the whole thing. And remember, you have to be in control of the conversation. Don't let them bully, and you're going to find many that bully. No, if you don't tell me, I say, okay, I thought you said that you would be interested in doing more. If you are, then we send you a link. If you are not, that's okay. And eventually, if they're really curious, they're going to ask you. But not everybody is going to say, okay, it's going to jump right into your business and join. Guys, I'm so excited about the tools that we have in Isagenix. We have great videos on our site, including iSaMovie for different kind of people. If you don't have one, make sure you get the launch kit from Isagenix, ISA tools. And there's a website that I don't have here. I have it in the presentation. My computer is frozen. Startnow.com. This is an amazing website, startnow.com, when you are talking to people that are 35 years or younger. That's a website that people are starting to use, and it has become an incredible prospecting tool. And then, of course, we have the regular videos that all of them are effective. And then if you are talking to athletes, we have teamisagenix.com. That's an amazing, amazing website too. But guys, make sure you use the tools. The cool thing that most of our tools are free, because the website is free. All the different videos in our website are free. Yeah, we have to invest some money. I mean, I don't know how many of you have been in business, but you don't have any business out there that's a regular business where you are not going to have to invest in many different tools. And sometimes it's in the thousands or even hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars, depending on what kind of business. Many of you know my story. I used to have a perfume company where I invest with some of my partners around $100,000. I used to have got an investment company also, and I invest thousands of dollars. I even have a business repairing furniture. By the way, I was no good at it. However, I had to invest something like over $2,000 just to buy a little kit. I mean, I did so many things, and I never had a business like Isagenix, where you don't have to invest a lot of money in tools. And most of your investment is in your health. You are using products, etc. That's why Isagenix, for me, is the best business today. And by the way, we had the supports, etc. Stay tuned for some teleconference and webinars that we are going to be launching on the 6th also. And this is for making easier your business. Guys, I apologize today for the technical difficulties. Some of the slides were not looking the best because, again, my computer still has the little, actually I turned it off. Doesn't have the little reel anymore. But if you have any questions, I know we have tons of people. And something I am amazed, I'm looking at the amount of people that we have. And I thought with all the technical difficulties, we're going to have half of the people gone, and actually I don't think one person has left the room, and I am amazed, and I really appreciate that. But I tell you, we're going to have all the support for you guys. This business today, that's the cool thing, the tools that we can use. If you have any question, make sure you ask them. I cannot read the questions, but Alex can, and he can tell me what question he has, or you have. Some of you that I know, you can send me a text to if you want to ask me a question directly through the text, and I will answer here over the webinar. Alex, are you there?
Yeah, George. So actually, great, great advice and so on. And I just have a comment about our technical difficulties and so on. And, I think network marketing is probably one of the most forgiving businesses in the world. If we were running a, a regular business and had these difficulties, we would have had some bigger consequences. But people are here to learn and so on, and it's an amazing business. You can learn by duplicating, and I've been successful because I have listened and I have followed to George's advice for many years, and that's what I teach basically everybody on my team. And there's lots and lots of people that are very successful. We're having a tremendous success also in Colombia and Mexico and Puerto
Yeah.
Rico at the moment,
I want.
besides
Yeah.
the US and New Zealand and Australia. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I have to bring that. What you just said is amazing. Last week in our organization, I don't know in the company because I'm sure we are going to hear from the company, but our organization, we have the biggest week ever. We have $1.1 million in sales, more by 1.1 because this was in BV, 1.1 million BV this past week in our organization, in our group. Colombia has had a tremendous growth in the last 4 weeks. We are blessed to have probably the fastest growing organization in Colombia. It's the one that has the most crystal executives and the most one star and up. And the reason, guys, is because people are hungry for this. And let me make a very important point. $1. Do you remember how much is $1 in Colombia?
It used to be like 9 pesos or so, but
no, right now it's
now
way more. I think it's something like
no,
10,000 pesos.
yeah, no. What I'm saying, it used to be 9 pesos back in the 70s or so.
Okay. Yeah, well, right now it's about 10,000 pesos. And let me tell you, the average income in Colombia per month is about 1/4 monthly income. It's about 1/4 of what is in the U.S. And people are flocking into Isagenix. And the reason is because they see the opportunity. It's why when somebody tells me they don't have the money, I look about what people in Colombia are doing. It's incredible because they make way less than here. But however, these people are coming into the business. The most popular package there is the equivalent of 30 days. It has another name. But however, they have what equivalent of President Pack, and they're moving it to. And it's incredible because the cost of the President Pack is more than the average income in Colombia per month. I'm talking per month. And that's why, guys, when somebody comes to you and say, I don't have the money, now I just look at them. Come on, are you serious? Let me tell you one story about Colombia. And you see people like Victor Galindo, then suddenly he's making more money, and he happened to be the top leader in Colombia. He's part of our organization, and he's making more money per month now than 10% of the 90% of the population in the U.S. We're not talking even at Colombia now. And then we see those things happening in Colombia consistently. And the reason is because they see the opportunity. They have, by the way, the same pay plan that here we have in the U.S. The prices are about the same that they're here. And still, they're doing it. And the reason is because they see the opportunity and they are following the system and they are going into massive action. Plus, they are traveling like crazy. I mean, I know the roads in Colombia, they don't have the freeways that you see here in the U.S. They have all these roads that are dangerous going through the Andes. and they are going from city to city. As a matter of fact, today and then on Wednesday they are going to be in two cities that I'm familiar with. My parents are from Colombia, so I'm familiar with Colombia, and I remember traveling to some of those roads. And guys, it's why I say, guys, after knowing what is happening there is no excuse here. There's no any excuse for people when they say they don't have the money. If they don't see the opportunity, just go to the next person. There are 300 million people in the U.S., and the population that is in Isagenix, or not the amount of people that are in Isagenix, but the population of the countries that Isagenix is over 1 billion people. Guys, we have a huge market. Social media, and you're going to hear more about social media in the next few weeks, because I'm going to be going into strong social media. Also, as you know, I recommend Max Stenger, and if you don't have his system, the 9.0, make sure you get it, because it's a good way to create conversation on the internet. But you're going to hear more from me too. Guys, today is amazing time to build, and we are in a company that has paid over $1 billion in commissions. So like I said at the beginning of the webcast. Sorry, Alex, I interrupt you, but I get so
No,
excited.
actually, I'm glad that you brought all of this up. And I just as a reminder, you guys, you hear about the success stories in other countries and so on, and that's all great, but make sure that you start in your own backyard. It is so much easier to build in your own backyard, and just learn that success can be had basically anywhere. It's not about where you are, it's being with Isagenix, with the right compensation plan, with the right solutions, with the right products.
Yeah.
So,
and by the way, the cool thing about backyard is it can get really big with social media, with Facebook. I have a big backyard.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, George, as an aside, I took a look at your backyard on a video that you put on Facebook this morning. That's a nice backyard.
Yeah, for you that don't know, I moved to Austin, Texas, and it's beautiful where we are. It's nicer. I mean, we have a beautiful golf course that we are back to, and it's a hilly country. And I know some of you that have been in Texas but never in Austin. You are saying, what, hills in Texas? Come on. Yep, we have a hill country, beautiful, really green, and beautiful in this area. And the house that we have is a Mediterranean Italian style, and some of you probably have seen the pictures already on the internet. But anyway, I don't want to talk more about that.
George, since we're talking about Austin, Texas, one of the questions tonight comes from Maria, and she wants to know if you're going to be doing any presentations in the Austin, Texas area anytime soon. She lives, by the way, about 25 miles north in Georgetown.
Yeah, Georgetown is northeast. Yeah, we are not doing meetings right now, open meetings yet, because I was surprised when I got here and I found out that there is no any meetings. And the reason is because there doesn't seem to have a lot of distributors yet. We are going to start. We are having several one-on-one that basically we are starting this week because we just moved in. But yeah, eventually we are going to be having meetings. We are planning this. I don't know the city very well, but I'm seeing that there are 3 different points that I want to cover for presentations: the west side, the north side, and then close to Austin itself, to the main city. But anyway, that's something that you're going to hear more in the next few days. We have a hotel that's really close to us. It's a Hampton hotel where I already talked to the management to start doing presentation. I was thinking doing it at home, but I'm going to start probably with friends, etc. But then when we spend, I prefer to go into hotels. Although in the home we have no space to have probably 40 or 50 people in the room, but I'm not sure yet. We are looking at that. We have already. Last night I signed up to people here in our home. They were the first person. Finally, we had the internet. We didn't have any internet. I felt naked. But anyway, yeah, Maria, we are going to be doing definitely Austin presentations.
Yeah, and George, by the way, we have, I didn't notice, we had a comment from one of our BDP leaders and founders, Roberto Perez from Puerto Rico.
Mm-hmm.
And
hey, Roberto.
Saludos, Roberto. And actually, he has been instrumental in getting Mexico and Colombia
Yeah,
going. And he was
yeah.
actually just
He,
posting that
yeah,
one
he's the
dollar.
reason Colombia, the group in Colombia is going crazy, and now Mexico, we have a research and news group volume, and I have to do a lot with Roberto and Querenza, two tremendous leaders.
Yes, and he was telling us that $1 is 1,900 pesos. So imagine, it's like $1,000 is almost 2 million pesos. So the numbers there are, are tremendous. But
Okay.
he was also mentioning, we did have several hundred people join the BDP in those countries in the last couple of weeks.
In the last 3 weeks, yeah, we have hundreds of people joining. But it's interesting. Think about that. 30 days, $279 multiplied by 1,000. That's 279,000 pesos. And the average income there, again, is less than what the president pack cost, and it's about probably what the 30 days cost. The average income per month. Think about that.
Okay, and I'm here just reading. There's lots of comments coming in, and sorry if I miss your comments. But actually, one of them, when you and I were talking, we're talking about Isagenix business, and you kept on interrupting George about all the deers that you had in your.
You have a lot of echo, Alex. You have a lot of echo right now.
Okay, so you know what, George, why don't you continue and close us?
Okay, yeah, you text me the questions, but anyway, if any questions, and yeah, because it's weird, you came really weird. But anyway, I just want to thanks everybody on the webinar. I have to acknowledge Barbara Barton is in the webinar. I don't know if you know, but she's one of the leaders in Isagenix. I cannot see everybody, but I can see some people. As you know, well, we already said Roberto Perez, our leader, Hispanic. He's here. He's in the house, as we said. And we have many people from all around the country. We have a really big crowd today. We have even people from Canada. Let's see, Puerto Rico. There are several that I don't recognize. It could be from anywhere. But anyway, and Alex, if try to talk again now. If not, just guys, make sure if you have any. I think there's some questions. And Alex, if you can text it to me, because again I cannot see them. But
yes, George,
I can see the question.
I'm in the middle of texting them, so hold on.
Oh, I can hear. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Very good.
There, you should have a text with your question.
You know what? It's funny. Now I can hear you perfect.
Yeah, it always happens towards the end. On out here, we have whenever it starts raining, our internet really goes on the Blitz. Okay, so I'm just going here through the questions. And by the way, you mentioned about Barbara, and Barbara had a question as to where she can find the motivational videos that were used at Celebration 2014. The ISAUs and so on, and other meetings. There were some great videos, and if you have any idea where these can be found.
Okay, I don't know where those videos are, but I can find out about the videos. Yeah,
George, some of them are actually on Isagenix's YouTube channel. The way that you reach it is by going to youtube.com/Isagenix and click on videos, and you will see many of these videos are there, and others are under the isagenixbusiness.com. In the training section. So there's plenty of videos to get inspired and motivated. And some of them were the ones that we saw.
Yeah, there, for example, the MacArthur story is also already in YouTube.
Incredible
and it's actually
story.
running around Facebook. It's all over the place on Facebook, and there are a few stories like that. But anyway, any other questions? Because now I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. And actually, Debbie was reminding us about some of the new websites like Start Your Life.
Yeah.
And
Start Your Life Now is a great website for again people under 35. And then the other one is Team Isagenix. I suppose those are the two that she's mentioning. Thank you, Debbie.
okay. And let's see here. We have Liz asks, if I may ask a question, what would you say to someone if you've been with Isagenix for a while and are trying to connect with them again about this amazing opportunity? We've done it.
Yeah, it's basically the same, but with a little twist. I would say to when you are new, but you know what? It's time for me to launch my business because there are so many new things, good things are happening. What is the best email to send you information? You are not going to explain anything. Make sure you send the information because if you have been in Isagenix for a while, and when I say for a while, it's more than 2 years, Isagenix has changed a lot in the last 2 years. I mean, we have so many bonuses. The product line has improved. I mean, there's so many things, and that's why I prefer to let the tools do the work. I have a person, a woman that the one that I told you I sponsoring a lot of people tonight too, and tomorrow, etc. She was in Isagenix before, and when I approached her again about 2 weeks ago, that was before she decided to start building again. I told her, so many, because she was ready to go to another company, and they were offering her even a deal, some kind of deal. And I told her, so many new things are happening in Isagenix. And I sent the video, two videos, actually three links. One of them is she saw the experience Isagenix, and then from that she started looking at the other business as a movie. But the other one, her son is brilliant on the internet. And I sent the startyourlifenow.com, and that video motivated her so much that's one of the reasons that she jumped into the business. And again, she was a person that was in Isagenix about 4 years, maybe 5 years ago. And she stopped because some personal problems, etc. And she was building okay. She got to 1 star, but then something happened in her life, changed her life, and then that's it. But now she's excited. She's on fire again. And again, it's because I said some new things are happening in Isagenix. And instead myself telling you, let me send you some links. She right now is looking at Isagenix Health because she is surprised by how many studies we have in Isagenix. 3 years ago, the only studies that we had were the doctor study that was done in Utah, something like 9 years ago. But now we have the chiropractor from New York. We have the University of Chicago. We had the Skidmore College in New York. We have now the Arizona College. We have BYU in Utah is coming up with a study about Isagenix. I mean, whoa, now we have tremendous credibility. And we have people in Isagenix like Dr. Michael Kogan, incredible personality, Dr. Andrews, etc. That's why it has changed a lot. And the best way is just to send the information, the tools, using the tools. I think there's another question, or I don't know, there's a little question mark that came up.
Yeah.
I don't know why I cannot see the question. I see the question mark, but not the question.
George, if you lower your tab, you should have a tab that says questions.
Yeah, I lowered it.
And check.
The question part is blank.
Okay. Well, don't know how to work on that,
yeah.
but
don't worry, but you can read them. Thank you.
No, actually, somebody's asking again about the websites, the new websites, and hold on just 1 second. I'm trying to find here a link that I'm going to send out to everyone, which actually has to do with a list of websites that Isagenix has.
Yeah, and isagenixbusiness.com, when you click on the Blitz logo that is on the right side, you are going to see all the websites. You go to the Blitz tools, and all the websites are there.
Let me actually, I'm just taking that link and sending it to the group here.
Okay, perfect. Because every website is going to be there.
Okay, and George, by the way, a couple of people are asking for your email.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Let me see if I can write it because again, interesting. You know what is interesting? I just got the internet here, but it's been working on and off. But I on the telephone, on the regular telephone line, and I have not been able to move the site. I can see everything, but I cannot see for some reason. I don't know if my internet or not. Let me check. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay, I can move now. Perfect. Let me go to, okay. Let's go Isagenix business. Business. Isagenixbusiness.com. Okay.
Yeah, there you
You
go.
see here,
Yeah.
it says training momentum. You click there, and then you have different the game plan, etc. When you click on the game plan, you see all this information about the different videos that Alex was telling you. Let me cover everything. Some of the stories are there, and then when you go to tools, then you see different things there, including let's see. I think the launch point can yeah, here there are the two websites: Team Isagenix and Start Your Life. In Isagenix, you are going to see that website in a second. This is the active side. You just said, okay? And let me get back to the site. All right. And then here, startyourlife.com. Startyourlife.com is an amazing site. I love it. Of course, I feel like 20 years old since I started joining Isagenix. But this is a really, really powerful site, really well done for people under 35. This tool, this Start Your Life, is an amazing tool. It's interesting because in the case of this woman that joined, rejoined Isagenix, she got excited because her son, because he's a genius in computers, he's only 20 years old. But and then he saw it and said, "Mom, I can do this. I can do this. I'm genius." And he loves social media. I think we are going to see a lot of great things coming from that family. Everybody, any other questions?
No, George, I think we're ready, and again, we're past our our time here.
Yeah, we passed for a while, but I like that we have all these questions.
Okay, so then again, George, I want to thank you. I want to thank each and every single one of you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you then next week, and to have a really productive and profitable Blitz.
Yes, so we are going to work. We are going to talk about it more. We are going to work this week to break the record of last week. We have also a lot of new advancements, and again, I was surprised when, as I said before, I closed the call, or we closed the call. Guys, this is a great opportunity, especially when I was looking at my organization, because I was wondering why several of the people in my organization, they were not in the top 200, even that they were six-figure income per year. We are not talking about accumulated. We are talking about six-figure income per year. And I start looking at the incomes, and then I start noticing that even a person that was maxed out in my organization was not in the top 50. I said, holy cow, I had never seen that before in any company. Excuse me. And I've seen tons of companies. I have been in three companies before Isagenix, and some of them, one of them is $1 billion company. Actually, two of them are $1 billion companies. I've never seen this, and that's why, guys, I said right now is the opportunity. The market penetration, and this is important to finish. Market penetration in the U.S. still is not as big as most people believe. I was surprised when I found out in Austin here, 700, 800,000 people. There are no big any meeting being done anywhere, and the same happened in the city of San Antonio. That's over bigger than here, and the city of Houston. The biggest meeting, I think, is only 50 people. Dallas has a little more, but even that is not what's supposed to happen in a state of 26 million people. And the same is around the nation. I challenge in most cities, you go to a shopping center and I start asking people, and I bet you're not going to find anybody, if any, maybe a couple of people in some cases, but anybody that knows what Isagenix is. The reason our volumes are so high is not because international markets, because most of their volume, I think 78% of the volumes in the U.S. and including Canada, I think it's 85% in North America. It's just because the average order per person is really high because people love the products, and it's why the volumes are so high. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. I'm excited about what the rest of this year and next year is going to bring. We are going to hit $1 billion in a year next year. That means that the company is going to be paying around $500 million or half of that in commission per year. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. And Alex, I don't know, you want to add one more thing?
No, just want to thank you, George, and good night, everyone, and have a great week.
Okay, thank you. See you guys.